What would you say was your most challenging plowing season in this area? Yeah.
Oh man, we had a bad season 14-15, 2014-15. We had one of those seasons where, it's one of those seasons I want to forget. But I mean, we drew inspiration from that season. We didn't harvest a single bag and had to make other plans to pay our financial institutions. But the lessons learned from that experience are invaluable. And I wouldn't trade it for anything because it prepared us mentally. It was at the point whereby you ask yourself, should I sell and move on and think about going back to the city and trying other things? But we are here. We've persevered. We've shown a little bit of growth, and hopefully we can grow. As a farmer, as I grow myself, I want to be able to mentor other farmers, whether be they subsistence and or emerging, because I think there's a huge potential for agriculture to become profitable, to create jobs, and eventually have a meaningful impact on GDP contribution.
Yeah. I asked that question looking at considering the theme for this Harvest Day, which is all about attracting young people to rain-fed agriculture or arable farming. So you highlighting all these challenges, a young farmer, is somebody who won't maybe be able to persevere as you are able to persevere.
Look, I think our young farmers or young people of today are resilient. We might not. Yes, okay. There are those with fleeting thoughts and who don't have the patience to see things through when it gets tough. But that being said, our young farmers have always had a challenge of access to land, access to finance without collateral, so that's why I spoke about it in my speech that, look, if we can ease collateral restrictions, ease on wanting to have collateral for every single loan and build up these farmers, because I'm lucky, I'm a third generation farmer, but someone might be the first one in their family to want to undertake it, to ever undertake it. I mean, maybe they grew up from a family that doesn't have land. So if I have land that I'm not using, why not lease it out to them and, be a mentor, give them, a 5 to 10 year lease. Because I mean, the cycles that I spoke about, in farming, in your 10 years, you're going to get 6 bad seasons, 2 average seasons, 2 good seasons.
Yeah, like I said, sorry.
It's okay.
So yeah, farming generally has all its challenges. It's all those challenges that you need to persevere through. I'll say in relation to the theme that you are having, which is about attracting young people to farming. I mean, as a young farmer, I hear you talking about all these challenges you've been having, the low harvest you're expecting, and this is not new, by the way. Yeah, it's been like that. I'm asking to find out if what is it is what more should be done in order to maybe to try and cushion that, or to find ways that that will enable farmers or young farmers to know that despite all this, they can be successful in arable farming.
Our government is doing the most to try to make sure we produce most of what we need internally. And look, as a young person, you shouldn't look towards what city life offers. No. If your interest is in the flashy stuff, farming is not for you, period. Because in as much as, I've traveled to South Africa, I've seen farmers with planes, but I know I'm not at that stage yet. I want to get there eventually. Maybe my son will get there, but if it's not me. But we have to lay foundations for the next generation. So in as much as we want to lay foundations for the next generation, as a young farmer coming in, remember that you're a custodian of the land for the period you're on this earth, and you pass it on, and it's all about building value. And value comes in the form of I think as a farmer, in as much as it's stressful, we don't have mental health issues like other people in other jobs, and we don't have a lot of farmers who are afflicted by high usage of drugs. So it's a positive environment in which you can grow as a human being and thrive and survive, without the trappings of and pressure of trying to be the it person, or being flashy, because I think that's the challenge that a lot of young people want to go into agriculture want. They want to have that city life plus still farm. Okay, there's some who manage to do so, but ultimately it's about managing your life. You can grow, you can make money, and there are a lot of positives really. And people keep saying the next billionaire will come from the farming space, but probably from the agribusiness space, because you have to look at the whole value addition spectrum to say, okay, if I'm farming and then I'm processing, packaging, maybe even distributing. Now, if you're involved in the whole value chain, then probably the next billionaires will come from that. But of course, it comes with years of investment. It's not easy. When you make profits, they're not your profits to child to go on holiday. You have to invest them back on the farm. That's what farming is. If we make money, I know that that money goes back into the soil. It's not my money to now go and clubbing or on a holiday. Yeah, you can take an odd holiday here and there, but it's about knowing that your responsibility is to your nation to produce food, and to yourself to make profit. To be able to survive comfortably. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, all you need in life is to really survive comfortably. Nothing more, nothing less.
Yes, I did say this was going to be a short interview, so your last words you've already spoken to young people, but your last words to your farming community at large.
I just want to say, we have challenges, we have positives also we can draw from, and our challenges are lessons that are provided to us by nature, by government, and by whatever situation we find ourselves in. So we learn from those experiences and challenges and become more resilient. So as farmers, we're resilient, and it's only because of the challenges we face that we become more resilient, and eventually now you can realize growth.
Oh, I just remember just one last thing. You spoke in your speech. You touched on the expected program you're anticipating to be launched, the new Temolototo.
Yeah.
So I just want to pick your brains on what are your expectations? What do you anticipate, or what do you feel like it should touch more on? It should focus more on to make it more successful than other programs that have been before?
I think I can't really speak much about the Molototo. We all have expectations, but expectations are unhealthy. They lead to disappointment once you learn of something that you're expecting and don't get. So I prefer to know what it's all about, and now to adapt to the parameters it sets for the farming communities. And we will draw lessons from applying it and seeing if it works. But what needs to happen now is, instead of us having a review maybe every 5 years of how a program is performing, we need to review it every single season to see where we can improve it and stop all if there's if it's prone to abuse, we need to be able to stop that abuse, because I think his part was prone to a lot of abuse, and it costs the government a lot of money. So we need to be able to have a program that benefits farmers sustainably, for both farmers and government.
Thank you so much.